Alrighty guys, here we are in... Where the hell are we? This is a house. It was recently built in Willow Street. The builders have reported some strange goings on, and there's a belief that this house was built on top of something unearthly. So I've been sent in to try and find out what kind of business is going on. The supposed entity has been known to respond to the name Daniel Skinner, and it seems to respond to everyone. So we are going to go in and have a look and see what we can see. So wish me luck. Unfortunately, due to recent budget cuts, I do not have particularly great equipment, so we're gonna have to just make do with what we've got and hope for the best. So I do have a thermometer with me so I can monitor the temperature in these rooms, because quite often unearthly apparitions tend to frequent cooler places. So the temperature in this room seems to be rising. If I step back into the front room, it's still rising, so that's a good sign. So we can keep exploring the house and seeing if there are any unusual movements. The power has just gone out, which is, oh, we appear to have a cursed object. And there appears to be some movement in the next room. It does rather seem like we have a tea towel on the floor in the kitchen. The temperature does seem to be dropping in the kitchen area, so I am going to head down into the basement and try to locate the power breaker to switch it back on. And it is down here, fortunately. There we go. So we have power back on, because the temperature could have been dropping due to the fact that the central heating in the house would have been deactivated. Okay, so let's just come back to the kitchen and see. No, the temperature is definitely dropping inside the kitchen, and there are some items on the floor, and there appears to be... Yep. Then we've definitely found some paranormal activity in the kitchen. So it's going to be a little bit tricky to position a camera in such a way as it can get the entirety of the kitchen in shot, so I'll do my best. So we have a confirmation, a ghostly activity in the kitchen area. And as you can see, we have indeed recorded some activity in there, and my sanity level appears to have dropped significantly. So this is quite a active apparition. Let's see if we have any visible ghostly energy in the room. It appears to not be the case, so we're going to grab a implement. I don't need the thermometer at the moment, so I can pop that down on the ground, and I will take our EMF reader into the room. We still have a short amount of time on the clock before we are... And the lights appear to have come back on again. Okay. It's entirely possible that the camera needs to be moved slightly further back. We can actually see what's going on. See, there's definitely some motion around the doors. Ghosts have been known to leave evidence of physical contact in spite of them being non-corporeal. So we're going to just rush in and see if we have any fingerprints or footsteps. Ghosts have been known to leave those. And we do indeed have ghost handprint on the door there. You can certainly see my breath in the room, so it's entirely possible that we may have... That was unfortunate. Let's try that again, pointed in this direction. There we go. I'll switch the lights off just to make the view on the camera slightly better. And I'll go and pick up my thermometer again. So we have a piece of evidence. It is ultraviolet. The temperature has dropped significantly in that room, so there is a possibility that we may have sub-zero temperatures, but we will investigate a little further. I'm seeing no evidence of any... Oh, I'm seeing some movement on the kitchen counter there, which is where I put the book. So I will have a look at that when I go back in. Do have some activity though, so I may wait for a couple of moments until it settles down slightly, so that it doesn't affect my mental state too much. Okay, things seem to have calmed down, so we will go and investigate the book. As well as taking the thermometer in to investigate whether or not we have sub-zero temperatures. So yes, our ghost has indeed made a writing in the book. So in order to preserve my sanity, what I'm going to do is drop the thermometer on the floor and head outside. Okay, so we can now write that we have ghost writing. So we have three options currently: a poltergeist, a demon and a myling. Demons are problematic. It's a good reason, good that I left the room to preserve my sanity, because they have been known to impact or to attack people who have low sanity or who have been severely impacted by the paranormal activity. So as you can see, this apparition is particularly active at the moment. So whilst I'm here, we can rule out any possibilities. So EMF is a possible, freezing temperatures is also possible, dots is not possible, ghost orbs is not possible, spirit box is possible, and if it is the spirit box, it is a poltergeist. I'm seeing no reaction on the EMF at all. So if it's not freezing temperatures, we may have to interact with the apparition, which is not the most pleasant experience, if I'm being honest. It can be quite harrowing and have a big impact on the mental state of anybody. So I'm kind of hoping that when I return to the room in a moment that the thermometer will have dropped below. Now we have some significant activity in the room just then, a dimming of the lights. So our apparition is again being very active. So I'm aiming to minimize my amount of exposure to the premises at this point. And we do not have freezing temperatures, unfortunately. Which means I need to speak to our apparition. What do you want? Are you friendly? Are you here? Interesting. Again, one needs to minimize exposure to the premises, just in case the impact of the sanity is too high. Now, we don't have freezing temperatures, so we can cross that one out, meaning that we have only one option. If it is freezing temperatures, I apologize, it would be a demon, but it's not, so that's good news at the very least. It's not a demon. So potentially it could be a poltergeist or a myling. Which is actually reassuring, and my sanity has taken a minimal damage, so we should be reasonably safe returning to the room. Oh, there is our apparition. What do you want? Are you here? What do you want? Are you here? I'm seeing little to no activity on the EMF reader. And I'll just return to outside of the premises for a moment to collect myself. That was a little disturbing. As you can see, our apparition is incredibly active, and that very short amount of exposure to the room has caused a significant shift in my mental state. Given the lack of reaction on the EMF reader, even whilst there was significant activity whilst I was in the room, I am inclined to rule that out as a possibility and suggest that it was a poltergeist. Given the fact that I'm on my own due to my business partner not being present at the moment, I fear that perhaps trying to achieve the other two goals here may be a little too risky. So I'm going to return to headquarters and review my findings.
Welcome back. I've got some jobs ready for you.